Drummer. Yeah. Do you remember my name? That almost sounded like close, right?
I already.
Thank you, everyone. We're gonna start in just a couple minutes. Thank you.
Oh my God.
That was a good, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then you know the one that's on the end right there.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna start now.
I know, here, right? Yeah.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you for coming out, for being here today, for world peace. Really appreciate it. A while ago, I just said I want to bring the spirit of handbell music and unity and world peace to a wider audience. And I met Lynna and Carmen, and they wrote this movie inspired by me. A little bit of the elephant in the room. Carmen and I are still working things out because originally she was going to play me, but really I got to play myself. So thank you. Just all this showbiz drama. Y'all had no idea what Hollywood was like, but we're having fun, and we're grateful for all of these fantastic actors who had agreed to lend their time and talents and their voice to, bringing this a little life to this script today. So I'm going to introduce the actors, and they will let you know who they are reading. John D'Aquino.
Hey, y'all. I'm reading Dale Woodcox. I'm also reading Leslie, and I'm also reading Mr. Willis in the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Victoria Hoffman.
I am reading Abigail Woodcox, who's the narrator. I'm also reading The Mayor. I'm also reading Pamela Perkins. I'm also reading The Principal and Cindy.
Thank you. Victoria Goodhart.
I am Mabel Mockingbird, Ms. Selma Wiener, Mrs. Willis, Old Betty Rivers, and Mindy.
Thank you. We got Bethany B.
Hi, I am the narrator.
Fantastic. We got Skipper.
And I will be reading Blake.
We have Lynna Yee.
And I'll be reading Peggy and Sandy.
We have John Ennis.
I'll be reading Otto, AJ Glass, Steve Lee Dan, announcer, and Farmer Lonnie.
And Sean Dasani.
Hey there, y'all. I'll be reading for a handsome young man named Kyle. I'll be reading the NC, the soulful singer, ringer, soulful ringer, and man.
And I'm Henrietta Woodcox, 12-time national champion handbell choir director and master artist, and I will be playing myself.
Exterior, small town Tennessee, early morning. A beautiful bright sun rises over a tattered sign that used to read, "Welcome to Cityville." It's missing a few letters. The camera settles over one particular modest home. Exterior, the Woodcox home. A humble but well-tended home on the other side, on the older side. We hear a handbell choir playing Carol of the Bells. Interior, Henrietta's room. From above, we see Henrietta Woodcox, radiant handbell master, artist, and choir director in the becoming. Eyes pop open. The camera pans out and we see that the song is Henrietta's alarm clock. She takes a big, deep inhale, puts her hand over her heart, and opens her eyes as she exhales.
It's a great day to have a great day.
She puts her feet on the floor, miming along with the bells of her alarm until the song ends.
How sweet the sound.
She looks with devotion at a framed picture above her bed of Mabel Mockingbird. There is a placard at the bottom that reads, "Benevolent Protector of the Bells." She is the only female and last person to hold this prestigious title.
Never gets old, Mabel, does it?
Henrietta's fingers gently caress the words, "Benevolent Protector of the Bells."
Never. Time to ring in the day with a powerful, magical morning ritual.
Henrietta makes her bed. She brushes her teeth. She meditates before her altar. She does her wrist exercises. She pumps iron. She takes a cold plunge in a barrel.
So cold. I'm alive. Oh, I hate you. I kind of love it.
Do at least one thing you hate every day. Greatness isn't born, it's built.
Henrietta digs deep inside, preparing for a full head dump. Henrietta slow motion pops out of a barrel of ice water, arms raised in a V for victory, letting out a warrior yell. The camera pans over to Mabel coming out of an ice water barrel next to her, doing a similar victory warrior yell. Interior Henrietta's room. A showered and very put together Henrietta sits in front of her altar and ceremoniously puts on a pair of flowered handbell gloves with sequin accent along the edges. She picks up a tiny handbell, rings it, replaces it, and then closes her eyes. She rubs her hands at her heart's center.
May I honor the art of the bell. May I never take my gifts for granted again. May I master myself so that I may master the bells. May I dedicate myself to greatness daily. May the energy of pure love flow through my fingers to the bells, ringing out the frequency of pure beauty through the air. I strive to uphold the sacred art of the handbell and prove myself to be worthy of benevolent protector of the bells. Mabel Mockingbird, please watch over me. Bring it on.
First step, playing at the International Handbell Symposium.
You said that, Mabel, but I still don't even have a group to ring with.
Well, that's why you're going to start one. Be the change you want to see in the world.
She goes to open the door to her room. We see an embroidered sign that says, "Being good is not enough when you dream of being great." Exterior front doorway, Henrietta's home. Henrietta steps out. Her mother, Abigail Woodcox, comes up from behind and hands her a bag with Henrietta embroidered on it.
Breakfast of champions.
Abigail kisses Henrietta on the cheek and quickly gets back to embroidering in her hands. Interior, exterior, Henrietta's car. Henrietta starts the engine. It barely starts and then sputters out. She tries again. Same thing. She smacks the steering wheel. The car horn honks randomly. She takes a deep breath and psychs herself up.
It's a great day to have a great day. It's a great day to have a great day. It's a great day to have a diggity dang darn good day.
She tries again and the car starts like a champ. She turns on the radio, upbeat music plays. She gives her own reflection in the rearview mirror a big grin. Exterior street, Henrietta's neighborhood. Henrietta drives past an old house. We see Peggy, a bespectacled Asian American wearing all black, including a black veil, and staring longingly out of the large window holding a candle. Exterior Cityville Street. Henrietta passes by an auto shop with a sign out front, Auto's Honest Auto and Bike Repair. We dare to care. A few tough-looking dudes are rolling up the steel doors and getting the shop open. They notice Henrietta and whistle at her. They strategically flex their muscles every time they move. We hear Xanadu playing in the background. Steely Dan, Auto's #1 repair guy, can't help but give Henrietta a hard time.
Yo, Henrietta, when are you gonna let me get under there and take a look?
Blake, early 30s, toughest looking dude at the mall, comes out of the shop. He flexes his muscles as he settles the motley crew.
Hey, guys, let's be respectful.
Steely Dan ignores Blake and makes a lewd gesture at Henrietta. The workers laugh and high-five each other. Henrietta gives them a smile as she attempts to be unbothered and drives off.
Sorry.
I am in control of my emotional responses. I will not react.
Exterior Groceryville store parking lot. Henrietta gets out of her car and walks toward the store. She's wearing an embroidered shirt that says Groceryville under a silk bomber jacket. Interior Groceryville. Groceryville is an independently owned store and hub of the community, the kind of establishment where the owner knows all the customers. Henrietta is immediately greeted by Kyle, #1 stocking personnel at Groceryville. His appreciation for Henrietta is apparent, as every fiber of his being lights up in her presence. She is respectfully cordial as she walks past him with purpose. She has no time. Her heart belongs to the bells. We see Henrietta walk through doors that say employees only. She enters the break room where she takes off her jacket. The owner, Dale Woodcox, enters the break room. He is as passionate about this store as Henrietta is about handbells.
It's another great day at Groceryville.
Ready to serve with a smile and go the extra mile, Mr. Woodcox.
You really don't have to call me Mr. Woodcox, and you know where you can put your personal items in my office.
Mr. Woodcox, I will have to find another place of employment if this one isn't professional in nature. I mean, otherwise it's like I'm favored for nepotism and not for my performance and my abilities. I'm an artist. How I do one thing is how I do everything. And if I'm going to be the best handbell artist I can be, I need to be the best nourishment facilitator that Groceryville has ever seen.
Okay, I guess. I mean, you know it's okay to have fun though, right?
What is more fun than being your absolute best?
You can be your absolute best, but still call me Dad.
As Henrietta walks out of the break room, we see a sign on the wall that says, "Serve with a smile, go the extra mile." We then pan up to the break room television and zoom in on an advertisement for a Spice Up Your Love Life senior couple retreat, featuring one of Cityville's cutest couples, the Willises. There are 2 fried eggs with a slice of sausage in between on a plate in front of Mrs. Willis, who squirts some hot sauce on them in a sexy manner. Mr. Willis is sitting in front of a plate that has 2 fried eggs with a long slice of bacon in between them.
Sometimes a little bit of spice just makes everything so nice, doesn't it, honey?
Oh, that's right, baby. Yeah. You join us on our weekend couple retreat where we feed our flames of desire, explore tantra practices, and adventure at an all-inclusive resort.
All in a safe, consensual, and beautiful environment.
You will thank us later.
The commercial cuts to Mr. and Mrs. Willis holding hands and dancing in jalapeno costumes to a cover of Spice Up Your Life.
Spicy!
End of commercial. Kyle steps in front of Henrietta as she goes to take her place at a register.
Hey, Henrietta. Hi.
You already greeted me, Kyle. Can I help you?
Perhaps this is the day that Kyle professes his love. A moment years in the making. He opens his mouth.
It's a great day at Groceryville.
Yeah, it certainly is a great day to have a great day always. Yeah, Kyle, I acknowledge your positivity.
She walks past him and takes her place at the register.
How was your morning?
Fantastic.
Henrietta, I know we work together, and you're the boss's daughter, and we're colleagues, and I just, I think,
Yes, Kyle?
nothing.
Apparently today is not the day after all. Kyle shrinks back in the distance. Miss Selma Wiener steps up to the register. She has the ingredients to make her famous hot dog casserole.
Oh, you're looking lovely today, Miss Weiner.
Why, thank you, Henrietta.
Just calling it like I see it. Appears you'll be making your famous hot dog casserole.
Oh, Henrietta, one day you will be running this place.
Probably not, but I will take that as your best version of a compliment.
Smart ass.
Henrietta waves goodbye enthusiastically to Ms. Wiener. Her smile drops sarcastically for one moment before turning to the next customer with a greeting and big grin. Interior Woodcox kitchen table. Henrietta sits down to eat with her mother and father for their daily home-cooked meal, clearly made with love. Embroidered decorations cover the walls with phrases like "love lives here" and "laugh, love, embroider."
Let's take a moment to give thanks for everyone involved with putting on this nourishment in front of us, sending gratitude for everything that had to happen for us to share in this meal together.
The Woodcox clan all take a moment to close their eyes, soak in a soul-nourishing deep inhale and exhale, opening their eyes, then saying directly to their food,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We are blessed. And Mabel, thank you for blessing my upcoming auditions and sending me with the perfect bandmates for my new handbell choir, the Southern Bells.
Abigail and Dale give each other a weighted look. Interior Dale's study. Moments later, Henrietta is making the audition flyer, reading aloud what she's typing.
Join the Southern Bells, seeking new members, open to interested parties of all levels. Spreading world peace through music, training and artistic development provided.
She picks up one of the flyers off the printer.
Perfection.
Exterior Cityville downtown. Henrietta walks down the street posting her flyers everywhere. She tags a flyer on a bulletin board. She's about to turn around when she notices Lonnie, the town farmer, breathing down her neck.
World peace. That's some lofty goal.
Exterior Auto's Honest Auto Repair. Henrietta tags a flyer on a utility pole by the auto shop and then returns to her car. Steely Dan puts a finishing touch under the hood of a vehicle, closes it, and looks over at Henrietta, trying to start her car.
Yo, Henrietta, when are you gonna let me under your hood?
Henrietta's car continues to sputter and finally gets going. The sound of the engine crossfades with Henrietta's alarm clock, handbell choir playing Carol of the Bells. Interior Henrietta's room.
It's a great day to have a great day.
Interior Henrietta's bathroom. Henrietta brushes her teeth. Mabel appears in the mirror.
It's your big day today.
Morning. You're a little late.
Impossible. I always show up at the perfect time.
I'm counting on you to send me the perfect members today.
She spits. When she looks up, Mabel is gone. Exterior Woodcox household driveway. Henrietta carries a handmade poster almost bigger than her, announcing the audition. The sign is decked out with hand-drawn symbols like hearts and peace signs and music notes. She tapes it to the outside of the living room windows. Interior Woodcox household basement. Henrietta opens her handbell case and lays out the bells neatly in a row on a large table. She takes a deep breath and sits down, ready for her candidates. She waits and waits. No one shows up. She gets up, polishes the bells. She does her signature wrist exercises. Finally, a knock at the door.
Come in. Mom, what are you doing here?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to see if you needed a snack or anything.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I appreciate it, but please don't interrupt again.
Okay. I won't bother you.
Henrietta goes back to twiddling her thumb. Clock ticks away. Another knock on the door.
Come in. We're ready for you. Dad, I'm busy right now.
Sorry, Henry, but I'm just off to work and I just want to wish you to break a leg today.
That's not how. Thanks, Dad.
It's a great day.
To
Have a great day.
Exterior Woodcox household. Kyle walks up confidently to the end of the driveway. He stops and looks at the audition poster. Every drip of his confidence melts and he turns away. Maybe next time. The garage door opens and Mr. Woodcox backs out his car.
Kyle, what are you doing here?
Nothing. I'll see you at the store.
Interior Woodcox household basement. The clock continues to tick away. Henrietta goes through her wrist exercises again, half-heartedly. She looks up, 5:15. As she begins to pack up her bells, a knock on the door.
Mom, please. Don't come in, I'm fine.
Blake comes to the door.
Is this the audition still going on?
Yes, come in, make yourself comfortable.
Right here?
Yes, please state your name.
Blake.
And what piece will you be playing for us today?
Peace. I don't have anything prepared.
Okay, then, can you play me a high note? What about a low note? Why don't you just play me any note? Okay, thank you, Blake. I've heard all I needed to hear. Thank you for coming. I'll get back to you.
Blake leaves awkwardly. Henrietta sighs. Exterior Woodcox household. Blake closes the front door and shakes his head in wonder. He thought the audition went pretty well. Now he's not so sure. Interior Otto and Blake's kitchen. The next morning, Otto is drinking coffee when Blake walks in the kitchen. There is a blue balloon that is tied to a card floating just above the counter.
Morning, somebody left this at the doorstep for you.
Blake takes the card that says Blake on it, removes the string, and opens it. A straight pin is taped to the inside of the card.
Pop the balloon.
Blake takes the straight pin and pops the balloon. Inside, there's a handwritten card that says, "Welcome to the Southern Bells. Congratulations."
What is it, son?
It's just a little something from a friend.
The only thing we need now is a third member.
Interior, the Yee household. The living room is filled with the town folks paying tribute to Grandma Yee. Her urn sits on the mantle next to a life-size cutout of her. Henrietta and Blake sit among the guests as Peggy delivers her eulogy. Peggy is wearing the exact same outfit as her grandmother cutout is wearing. She's trying to hold back her tears.
My grandmother was such a strong presence in my life. Even now, I can still smell her with me. My grandma loved people, loved this town, and above all, she loved music.
Peggy holds up a triangle and rings it once. Interior Yee household kitchen. The guests mingle and enjoy food at the reception.
I'm really sorry to hear about your grandma.
Thank you. She lived a great life.
She was my dad's favorite customer.
I'm sorry for your loss. I'd love to talk to you about a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to extend your grandmother's legacy through music. Would you consider joining our handbell group, the Southern Bells?
Henrietta hands over one of the audition flyers. Peggy looks it over.
So, you want me to play white people music? Looks like a great opportunity, but I'm still in mourning, so let me think about it.
Yeah, of course. Take your time. Yes.
Okay, I've thought about it. I'm in.
Interior Groceryville. Henrietta at work, high on life and rocking out. She struts down the aisle. She slow motion laughs with a customer. She kisses a baby as she walks by. She high-fives Kyle before walking out the door. She pauses, goes back, and gives him a hug, then twirls and struts back out. Exterior Park. The Southern Bells' first rehearsal. Peggy, Blake, and Henrietta stand somewhat awkwardly on the grass. They look at each other.
Well, congratulations, y'all. We are the Southern Bells. Welcome to our first rehearsal.
Yeah, let's get our ring on.
Yeah, put a ring on it.
Okay, I love the enthusiasm. Thank you. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Why do we have to wear exercise clothes?
Where are the bells?
And why are we meeting at a park?
We'll get there. And thank you for asking. Blake and Peggy, we're not ready to ring. First, We must prepare the mind, body, and soul. If we're going to be great here, first we've got to be great here. First, you must be the bell.
Camera pans across Blake, Henrietta, and Peggy standing side by side with their arms in a large bell shape and rolling their wrists. The three Southern bells form a line. First Blake rings an air bell, then Peggy rings an air bell, and lastly Henrietta rings an air bell. The three of them have their arms raised in bell shape over their head and are moving their heads and upper bodies to mimic the dongle part of the bell. They are being the bell. Blake is really getting into it and knocks into Henrietta and Peggy on either side of it. First they seem annoyed, but then they all share one. Exterior park.
Second, you must strengthen your body.
Blake and Peggy pump iron. Peggy struggles with a pair of 5-pounders while Blake lifts up Peggy with ease.
And most importantly, you must unleash your soul.
Blake and Peggy plunge into barrels of ice water.
Do at least one thing a day you hate. Greatness isn't born, it's built.
Blake and Peggy come out of the barrels. Blake's white shirt is so soaked you can almost make out his nipples. Exterior auto's honest and auto repair driveway. Blake holding a dripping hose and Peggy, equipped with soapy sponges, stand ready to wash some cars. Henrietta is putting signs into the ground that say fundraiser and car wash and fundraiser world peace. Steely Dan walks out of the shop and whistles at Blake.
Have fun with your girlfriend.
Ms. Wiener drives up eager to have her car washed by Blake. She accidentally spills her tea on him as he is helping her out of her car.
Oops, oh no, I'm sorry. Guess you just have to take that off.
It's okay. Probably was gonna get wet anyway.
He takes off his shirt. He towels off the car as she puts money in his pocket. Blake is washing another vehicle. He looks over at a row of 3 ladies that are sipping beverages and watching him wash. He waves. The car starts to roll away and he runs after it. Exterior Woodcox mailbox. Henrietta stands with a manila envelope decorated with hearts. Package is addressed to the International Handbell Symposium. She ceremoniously places it in the mailbox. Interior Henrietta's basement. We see the group progress through the next few months. Abigail is busy embroidering the words "The Southern Bells" onto Henrietta's silk bomber jacket. More ice barrel plunges, but this time Henrietta is timing Blake and Peggy. Interior Henrietta's basement. Peggy, Blake, and Henrietta finish their last ring and put their bells to their chest. They take in the moment as the last bit of sound resonates through the air.
Y'all, that went pretty good.
Yeah, y'all.
Yes, good. Really good, actually.
But
Being good isn't enough when you dream of being great.
let's go again. There's only one way to get to Carnegie Hall.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Suddenly, out of the corner of his eyes, Blake sees a purple, shadowy figure. He freezes momentarily and then shakes it off.
Y'all, what if this is as good as we get?
Blake, you are an important part of this trio, and we have the biggest possible opportunity ahead of us. The International Handbell Symposium is going to take place practically in our backyard, and we are performing this year. We are so close, I can feel it. We just have to be better than we have ever been.
I don't know.
That's it, Blake.
What?
The bell is an extension of us. It needs a person to play it to be the fullest expression of itself.
We played the bells from the inside out.
Yes, Peggy.
Blake, you're an artist. We're all artists. We believe in you, but we can't believe in you for you.
It's like the bell can read my soul.
Blake puts down the bell as if it's a little too intimate for him.
Like the bell can feel my insecurities.
You better believe it. Y'all, we got this. I can see us there playing at the International Handbell Symposium. Oh, it's so close. I can taste it.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought I was tasting my perfume, I went a little heavy today.
Y'all, we are about to be surrounded by great handbell artists from around the world. Kindred souls who honor and respect this art form, also dedicated to world peace.
Unlike the people in this town.
Said it, sister.
Let's go one more time. But before we do, let's future vision ourselves playing better than ever. The mind can't tell the difference between imagination and memory. So let's get in a good mental rehearsal and then we'll go again.
Like Michael Phelps before he went to gold medal.
Bingo. We got this, y'all. We've come too far to only come this far. Like a few months ago, we weren't even a group. We weren't even friends. And now, we're the Southern Bells. We got this.
They take each other's hands and circle up to visualize their performance. They close their eyes. Exterior Woodcox household way. Henrietta opens the mailbox. She is awaiting the letter from the International Handbell Symposium. It isn't there. She shakes her head. Interior Henrietta's room, night. Henrietta walks in and methodically puts her things down. Behind her, we see the sign, being good is not enough when you dream of being great.
Today was a great day.
Interior Henrietta's bathroom. Henrietta brushes her teeth, flosses, and washes her face while wearing her handbell print pajamas. We see in the background an embroidered sign that says great, grateful, great and full. Interior Henrietta's room. Henrietta stands before her altar.
We still haven't gotten our invitation letter to play at the International Handbell Symposium, Mabel. 6 months ago, there wasn't even a The Southern Bells. Now, I'm on my way. I can just feel it. If I could just get that letter so I know for sure. Okay, let it go. The bells are played from the inside out. To play one's best, one must be their best.
She finishes and stands with her eyes closed in front of her altar. She ritualistically lights an incense stick, puts on her glove, rings a little handbell, and takes the glove off. Mabel Mockingbird appears.
Take the best and forget the rest. What did you do well today?
Well, I was patient and kind with my band members.
What did you learn today?
Well, I'm learning to control my emotional responses when I really want to rage on the group for not being better than we are. Okay, I have to meet people where they are and control my own frequency.
She closes her journal, stands and walks to her bed. She lays her head on a pillow with a giant handbell on it. She reaches over and pulls out an eye mask. The eye mask has a bell over each eye.
Thank you for this day. Thank you for this time to rest. Thank you in advance for the amazing morning I'm going to have tomorrow and for the Southern Bells receiving our invitation to play at the International Handbell Symposium. Mabel, if you have a message for me in my sleep, I am listening.
She turns out the lights, closes her eyes, and slips into a sweet slumber. Interior Groceryville, day. Henrietta is putting extra energy into keeping herself professional and at her best today, and she is a little on edge. Old Betty Rivers is counting out the last bit of change for her transaction. Kyle is on standby waiting to carry Betty's groceries to her car.
94, 95. How much was it?
$24.97, Betty. You already gave me the $24, just waiting on the 97 cents.
Oh, that's right. Now, where was I?
You were at 95, just need the last 2 cents.
I got your 2 cents right here.
She continues to search through her purse.
You still have that sense of humor, Betty.
Keeps me young. It's how I still got it.
She turns and blows a kiss to Kyle.
I've outlived a lot of people in my life. Gotta just laugh. Having a stick up your butt will kill you.
Thank you for sharing.
Henrietta nods impatiently and then looks at the next customer in line.
You know, I got the last 2 cents, Betty. Don't worry about it.
I got it. Save your charity. When you take this place over for your daddy, you're gonna do great.
That's not really.
You ought to try having a little more fun yourself. Might help with those bells.
Farmer Lonnie walks up. Henrietta starts checking him out.
Henrietta, your daddy's lucky to have you. There isn't a better person to hand the store to.
That's not really the plan, but thank you for your unsolicited feedback.
Okay,
That'll be $47.69. And if I were to take over the store, it wouldn't be like he just handed it over. I've been a value-adding employee here since before it was technically legal for me to work, so I'm pretty sure that's earning it.
Oh, yes, I know that.
It's a great day at Groceryville. See you soon.
I'm sorry if I said the wrong.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your business. See you
I just
soon.
meant to say how lucky you are to have something to fall back on if the handball thing doesn't work out. That's all. I was just.
Lonnie walks away feeling very uncomfortable. Interior Woodcox household basement. Night. Henrietta and Peggy set up their bells. Henrietta looks at the clock. It's 15 minutes after 7.
Where the heck is Blake?
I don't know. Maybe something happened. Maybe he's hurt. Maybe he got in a wreck. Maybe he's slowly dying on the side of the road from internal bleeding. Should I call him?
We hear a loud engine sound and a heavy bike pulling up the driveway, followed by hurried footsteps. Blake comes down the stairs into the basement looking haggard.
I think something did happen to him.
Hey, sorry, I'm late.
Well, we respect time, yet understand things happen. Tardiness is not acceptable, so I know you have a great excuse.
Look, I know. My dad kept me at work.
Well, if your heart isn't here, I mean, you can just tell us.
My heart is here, totally.
All right. Okay, set up your bells, no time to waste.
As Blake takes out his gloves and gets present to practice, Henrietta launches into her signature wrist exercise routine. Peggy stands up and eagerly follows suit, followed by Blake. In unison, they circle their wrists, switch directions, then elbow extensions, followed by light bell, heavier bells, and let freedom rings. Interior Henrietta's basement. The trio is in the middle of playing Don't Stop Believin'. Henrietta is focused and lost in the music. Peggy looks like she is fighting back tears. Blake is playing absent-mindedly and sneaking peeks at his cell phone. Suddenly, it becomes apparent that someone's frequency is off, and as Henrietta's ears perk up, she instinctively turns to Blake.
Blake! Oh my God, are you looking at your phone? Why do you even have your cell phone out?
I'm sorry, I'm waiting for a very important message.
I can't believe I have to deal with this handbell 101 bull honky. What important message?
My dad, he needs to get a hold of me for an hour after the repair emergency.
You're lying. Otto doesn't even own a cell phone.
Henrietta snatches his phone and looks at it.
Are you on Dumble in the middle of our rehearsal? Wait, you can't even hold off your carnal desires for an hour?
Hey, that's really harsh, Henry, and unnecessary. And for your information, I'm not looking for someone to love, okay? I know you want to find love too. You just won't admit it.
I'm in love with my handbells!
Plus, there's this girl. We've been having great combo, and suddenly she just stopped texting me back. Just not sure if she's ghosting me or what.
You deserve so much better. Like, we all deserve love. Let's not give this floozy too much energy.
I'm sorry, but please put your phone away. We have an International Handbell Symposium to get into.
Blake puts his phone away.
Hey, from the top.
They start playing again. After only a phrase in, Peggy starts bawling.
Now what?
I'm sorry, I'm just like trying to hold back tears all night. Just like, my grandmother used to sing me the song to sleep, and now I'll never hear her voice again.
I love my Nana too. I can only imagine what you're going through.
Thank you. Can I have a hug?
Guys! I understand you're still grieving, Peggy, but this is not group therapy. We need to set aside our personal stuff and focus on the music.
Well, music is supposed to make us feel, and I'm feeling a lot of stuff.
Yeah, me too.
You're right, Peggy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it was so harsh with y'all. I just really want to be great. You know what? Let's play again. And this time I want you to feel all your pain, all your loss. Let your bells ring out with all your feelings.
Blake and Peggy stand up a little taller, feeling inspired, and hold up their bells. They start playing, at first softly and gently, and as they get to the chorus portion of the song, they play full out as their bodies sway to the music. They are playing as one. Exterior Woodcox household driving. Henrietta opens the mailbox. She flips through the mail, but there is nothing from the International Symposium again. Interior Henrietta's bathroom. Henrietta washes her face. Her doubts, fears, and insecurities are getting the best of her in this 10 seconds. Interior Henrietta's room. Henrietta's alarm clock goes off as usual. We see a bird's eye view of her opening her eyes.
It's a great day to...
She puts her alarm clock back in the top drawer of her dresser, closes her eyes, and goes back to sleep. Interior Henrietta's bathroom later on. Henrietta stares into the mirror as though she is staring into an endless void. The light in her eyes is dim and her razzle-dazzle nowhere to be found. Toothpaste is dripping from her slightly open mouth.
You disgust me. Some leader you are. You couldn't lead an Eskimo to ice.
Henrietta goes to leave her room. She stops and stares at the being good isn't enough when you dream of being great sign.
Ugh, I can't even with you today.
Henrietta looks around her room and shakes her head. Her head droops as she shuffles out. Interior Woodcox household kitchen. Henrietta's mother and father sit at the kitchen table. The table is filled with a nutritious homemade breakfast. Henrietta's place is set, her vitamins and her handbell champion coffee mug ready. Henrietta's parents share a concerned look with each other as their daughter shuffles in. She's not her usual self.
Aw, there's my sunshine. It's a great day to have a great day. Breakfast of champions for my special girl.
Well, then this is not the breakfast for me. Where's the breakfast for losers?
Who are you and what have you done with our daughter?
Honey, you feeling all right? Take your vitamins, and I will get the thermometer. Mm-hmm. Oh, did you get a letter from
I
Mrs.
just need to...
Henrietta picks up her handbell champion coffee mug, dumps the content into the kitchen sink, and walks over to the trash can. Her foot presses the lever to lift the lid, and she drops the mug from high into the trash.
I'm going back to bed.
Interior Henrietta's room. Henrietta gets back in bed. She glances over at Mabel and turns to her back to the altar.
I wish I might never wake up from this nap, all right?
Henrietta's parents knock on the door.
We love you, Henrietta.
Just let us know if we can do anything for you.
Thank you, I'm fine.
Mabel appears sitting on the bed next to Henrietta. She begins to lovingly stroke Henrietta's hair.
We missed our morning ritual, Henrietta.
Well, shouldn't be a surprise, Mabel. I'm a grade A mess up.
Henrietta, did you know that not only did Babe Ruth hold the record for most home runs, but he also held the record for most strikeouts?
So,
Henrietta, no
nobody is perfect. The greater the champion, the greater the trials.
Had the trials, Mabel. When do I finally get to win?
You won't ever know if you quit. There is no such thing as failure. Henrietta, we're always either winning or learning.
For months and days, I've put in the work. I've had a positive attitude. I've put my heart and soul into those bells. I've led our mighty trio, and what do I have to show for it?
It's just part of the process. These are the times that really shape our character and build us into great leaders.
Now I feel even worse for falling apart.
It's okay to feel down sometimes. The difference between just plain crap and fertilizer is what you do with it.
So, this is just an opportunity to grow?
Exactly. You have a lot of love and compassion for others. Maybe you can give some of that to yourself.
This doesn't make me
This only makes you a better leader and a better artist. You can feel sorry for yourself for the next hour if you want, and then we're moving on, okay? Take today to reset. Tomorrow is a new and better day.
okay. Thank you.
I got your back.
Henrietta turns back over and Mabel strokes her back as she drifts to sleep. Interior Woodcock's living room. Next day. Abigail and Dale sit reading and waiting for Henrietta to walk through. Seemingly normal, Henrietta comes down and starts toward the door.
Hey, honey.
Henrietta, we need a moment.
Love you. Don't really have time for a family meeting.
We want to support you.
We're
but-
concerned. We are concerned.
Oh, so now it's even my own parents.
Your parents care about you and your well-being. We moved here to put all that showbiz drama behind us and start fresh, remember? Of course, we want to support you and your dreams. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Thank you for the encouragement. I feel so much better. Thank you for caring. Thank you for all the support.
Henrietta leaves in a huff. Interior Groceryville break room. Henrietta is busy making a handbell chart while working her way through a giant Tupperware container of salad. She's wearing small rakes around her wrists. Local news plays from a TV in the corner at low volume. Henrietta softly sings to herself, working out the melody. Kyle walks into the break room.
Henry. Damn
He grabs a frozen burrito from the freezer with his name on it and pops it into the microwave. Kyle turns his attention to the TV. Close up, TV screen, news banner. International Handbell Symposium coming to Music City, Nashville. Kyle grabs the remote and turns up the volume. For some reason, Henrietta finds his existence annoying.
The International Handbell Symposium is coming to Nashville. It's been over a decade since the United States hosted the event. Let's check out the lineup.
Wow. I don't realize how big a deal this is.
Well, yeah, Kyle. This is a global event happening in our own backyard. Of course, this is a huge deal.
You're gonna be famous, Henry. And I'm gonna tell everyone that you're my girl. I mean, that I know you.
Yeah, well, thanks, Kyle. Well, better get back to my chart. I don't want to let anybody down, do I?
Oh, you could never let me down.
Interior Henrietta's room, night. Henrietta sits on the edge of her bed. She stares at a big envelope sitting on her desk. We pan out to see that Peggy and Blake are sitting on either side of her. The three of them look at the envelope hard. No one moves.
Well, you know, one of us needs to get up and open the envelope.
Better be good news. Steely Dan's been all up in my business about an upcoming performance.
It's a big envelope, so it should be good news. A big envelope, yes. Small envelope, no. At least that's what I learned from applying to colleges.
Henrietta leaps off the bed and tears the envelope open. She takes out something that looks like an event program and then some miscellaneous flyers.
Dear applicant.
Whoa. Are you okay, Henry?
Henrietta drops the paper and maniacally runs out of the room. Blake picks up the letter. He and Peggy look at it together.
We regret to inform you that we are unable to fit you in the showcase concert. Your presence at the symposium is welcome. We hope you will still consider attending and participating in many of our wonderful workshops. It will be a great opportunity to improve your skills as a performer.
I can't believe this. This was supposed to be my grandmother's legacy.
Blake sees the purple shadowy figure again. He shakes it off.
I don't want to sit in a damn chair in a workshop. I want to be on stage.
Blake gets up and leaves the room.
Hey, where's everybody going? Forgive me, Grandma. I lay you down.
She sighs and leaves the room. Interior Henrietta's room. Henrietta stares silently and intensely at the framed picture of Mabel Mockingbird.
To bell or not to bell? That is the question. How could you? Thou doth forsake me. You're an enabler.
She reaches out and rips the corner of the poster just a little.
I'm sorry. It's not you. It's me. I'm sorry I said that.
She leans on the poster. Mabel is nowhere to be found.
I need you, Mabel. How could you let me believe I could do this? How could you let me believe that I could be benevolent protector of the bells? Oh, I can't even get into the International Handbell Symposium. You take that with your bells of lies!
Interior Henrietta shower. Henrietta is in the shower, scrubbing her hands angrily, a la Lady Macbeth. Then she is doing the shower scene like in The Crying Game. Henrietta lies hopelessly in fetal position on the bathroom floor. Interior Henrietta's room. Henrietta stares up at the ceiling. Henrietta's parents knock on the door.
We love you, honey.
Love you. We are here if you want to talk.
Yeah, we support you and the Southern Bells.
The Southern Bells are no more. The band broke up.
Interior Groceryville store. Henrietta walks through the doors. Her usual razzle-dazzle is nowhere to be found. She is disheveled, wearing a wrinkled Groceryville shirt with a pair of crusty sweatpants. Kyle can sense that something is off. He isn't exactly sure what to do, so he tries to carry on with business as usual.
Hi, Henrietta. It's a great day to have a great day.
Eat it, Kyle!
Henrietta shuffles off.
That was hot.
He realizes he's getting turned on and shakes it out to avoid an embarrassing Interior Henrietta's dad's office. Henrietta walks in and throws her stuff on the floor.
You're late. Did you really just throw your stuff on the ground? Don't you want to hang it up?
Henrietta pulls a big vape out of her pocket, takes a giant drag, and blows a huge puff of vape smoke, all while never breaking eye contact with her dad.
What are you gonna do, Dad?
When did you start vaping?
I know you are, but what am I?
She takes another big drag off the vape and blows it at him before taking her place at the cash register. Interior Groceryville. Henrietta stands at the cash register. She makes no pleasantries of the transaction. She is almost robotic about it. Kyle is finishing bagging the customer's groceries. It's awkward.
Making a special punch for the Lions Club cookout.
Wow, that under gives a shit.
Excuse me?
I said that'll be $68.97. That's what I said.
Have a great day.
Henrietta gives Steely Dan thumbs up. As soon as he turns his back, Henrietta turns her thumbs upside down and makes a farty sound. Steely Dan turns around. Henrietta turns her thumbs right side up again and flashes him a fake smile. Henrietta looks down at the conveyor belt. There's a pile of sugar in various forms: candy, cookies, ice cream, etc. The pile of diabetes is being bought by Blake. Neither Henrietta nor Blake make the slightest attempt to acknowledge each other.
$22.26.
Blake pays. Kyle looks at Blake, then at Henrietta, then back to Blake again.
Paper or plastic?
Blake glares at Kyle and then scoops up his sweet drugs of choice, shoving what he can into his pockets, and the rest he scoops into his big man arms.
I don't need a bag, or you, or anybody.
Blake walks off. Henrietta looks at the grocery bill guests in line, puts a closed sign on the register, takes a big drag off her vape, and then walks off, blowing a huge cloud puff. Exterior sidewalk. Blake is strolling down the street with his score. He's trying his best not to eat any of the candy before he gets home, but feels so weak against the sugary temptation. He puts on a candy bracelet and candy necklace, but doesn't eat any of them. Ms. Wiener drives up slowly next to Blake, who continues to walk briskly. He's in no shape to see anybody. She waves enthusiastically.
Hi, Blake.
Hi, Mrs. Weaver.
Tell your daddy I said hey. Y'all should come over soon. I'll make my hot dog casserole.
Sounds great.
She drives off. It's too much for Blake. He takes a bite from his bracelet. The sugar hits almost immediately. He takes a bite from his necklace. It's just so good. He looks around to see if anybody saw him. He has to get home. He starts walking briskly. He sees his dad's shop ahead. He grabs a candy bar and eats it, making sure to get it down before walking by the shop. He puts the candy necklace in his mouth and starts running, fueled by shame and sugary lust. Exterior Blake's front yard. He stands in front of the door, sweating and breathing heavily, with colored candy juice all over his face and neck. There are mere strings around his neck and wrist, where the bracelet and necklace were not too long ago. Blake walks in and quickly shuts the door behind him.
Hey, how,
Okay, great. Gotta poop. Love you.
are you? I'm great too. Thank you, son.
Interior Blake's room. Blake lets out a sigh of relief and dumps his score onto the bed. We see him open a box of cookies and slowly eat one in utter ecstasy. Then he quickly eats a second and a third. He then sandwiches a cookie between two cookies.
Cookie sandwich.
He looks at a stash as he downs his cookie sandwich. He picks up an Abba Zaba.
My only friend.
Then he eats his only friend. The next level sugar high kicks in. Beat change. Disco ball appears when we suddenly hear hardcore techno music. Blake lays out 3 lines of pixie sticks on his dresser. He snorts one and looks at himself. Time is dissolving. It's as if he is entering a sugar rush dimension. In a corner, the purple shadowy figure watches. He then turns the music up, snorts another line, and goes to town, dancing and eating all the candy and cookies from the store. His eye catches one last bag of Sour Patch Kids, almost hidden by the other wrappers. He eats it, downs a bottle of Coke, and snorts the last line of pixie sticks before falling backwards slow-mo onto the heap of wrappers. Interior Peggy's grandma's room night. The room looks dated with floral drapery and miscellaneous knickknacks. Peggy sits on the bed polishing a handbell. She sighs and throws the handbell onto the bed. The bell lands, hitting the other bells. A cacophony of clanks and dings follow. Peggy panics. Letting the bells hit one another is a handbell artist's sin.
I'm sorry, Bells.
Interior Peggy's living room. We see Peggy sipping tea and reading a romance novel. There are stacks of romance novels all over the room. We see Peggy put the tea and book down. Interior Peggy's grandma's room. Peggy stands in front of her vanity, picks up a vintage perfume bottle, and sprays herself all over with it. She sprays too much and coughs profusely. She puts down the perfume bottle and goes to her grandma's armoire. She opens it up, reusing the content inside. It's clear to us now that this is where all her wardrobe comes from. Dissatisfied, she opens a drawer and is drawn to a silky piece of lingerie. She puts it to her body's length and checks out her reflection in the mirror. Exterior Blake's front yard. Peggy is at his doorstep. She has a trench coat on. She rings the bell. Otto opens the door.
Peggy?
Is Blake in?
Yeah. You quit the Southern Bells too?
No comment. Can I come in?
Yeah. Come on in.
Interior outside Blake's room. Peggy knocks on the door.
Blake? It's me.
Suddenly, another door opens down the hall. Blake steps out with a towel around his waist. He dries his hair with a hand towel.
Peggy, what are you doing here?
She doesn't know what to say. Instead, she unties her trench coat. Blake blocks his face, anticipating what he might see underneath.
Whoa, oh, I thought you were naked under there. Turns out you look like your grandmother underneath too.
Peggy picks up the coat and turns to leave.
Wait.
Blake grabs her arm, almost dropping the towel around his waist, but catches it just in time. Interior Blake's room. Blake is fully clothed now. His hair is still a little wet. Peggy sits on his bed with her coat on. There are candy wrappers all around her. Blake picks up the wrappers and dumps them in the trash. He gets really close to Peggy a few times.
I didn't know you liked pixie sticks too. I always picture you as a power bar kind of guy.
Usually.
I don't think I've ever seen you eat candy.
You haven't, Peggy. I don't eat candy for a reason. Usually, I just couldn't help myself today.
It's okay. I won't say anything to anyone.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I came over and tempted you like this. I don't know what came over me. I just want to say, you deserve someone that treats you better than those Dumbo bimbos.
What are you saying, Peggy?
I was trying to keep it professional since we were all bandmates, but now that's all over.
Look, Peggy, you are a very unique lady. I've never met anyone quite like you, and probably never will. I appreciate the gesture, but let's just stick to being friends, okay?
So you still want to at least be friends?
Yeah, but not right now.
Okay. I understand. Have a good night.
She rushes out of his room. Interior grocery bill break room. A frozen burrito slowly makes its rotations in the microwave. We hear local news playing on the TV softly in the background. The microwave beeps. A hand opens the door and takes out the burrito. We pan up and see that the hand belongs to Henrietta. She takes a big bite of the burrito. Kyle is glued to the TV. Close up. TV screen. News banner over footage of storm in the city. Breaking news. Tennessee storm continues strong.
The storm shows no sign of slowing down, and all flights in and out of Nashville are currently canceled. A flood warning has also been issued. Major events, including the much-anticipated International Handbell Symposium, will also be canceled due to safety concerns.
Did you hear that, Henry?
It's none of my business at this point.
What? So if you can't make it, no one should be able to make it? Is that it?
Your words, not mine.
Kyle knocks the burrito out of Henrietta's hand.
Hey!
Kyle grabs Henrietta by the shoulders and attempts to shake some sense into her, literally.
Are you hearing yourself? This is not you. The Henrietta I know is a true artist. She has dedicated her life to the art form of the handbells. And deep down inside, she believes the handbells facilitate communication between nations and that the spirit of music can create world peace.
Henrietta looks at Kyle. Something is turning inside of her.
What?
A chunk of burrito falls out of her mouth as a grin forms on her face. Her usual indomitable spirit is coming back.
What? You are scaring me.
Oh my God! That is exactly what I needed to hear. Like, Mabel was speaking to me through you. I gotta go.
Henrietta plants a big kiss on Kyle's face, grabs her bag, and runs out the door.
Hey, wait! Who's Mabel?
Exterior Groceryville store parking lot. Henrietta stands in front of Groceryville with her right leg lunging forward in warrior stance. We hear the same theme song from Rocky played by a handbell choir. She slowly gazes up towards the sky as if she is filled with the fervor of her new grand idea. She rings an air handbell with her right hand. She rings an air handbell with her left hand. Then she raises both her air handbells to the gods in victory. She's back, baby! Interior Henrietta's bathroom. Later, Henrietta playing the air handbells in sheer ecstasy, her eyes closed, feeling it from the depth of her soul. The theme song to Rocky stops playing. She opens her eyes. She puts one hand up towards the mirror as if she is stroking the reflection of her face.
There she is.
We hear the toilet flush. Mabel appears sitting on the toilet behind Henrietta.
There she is.
I thought thou doth forsake me.
Oh, bless your heart, Henrietta. Been here the whole time. You were too ego-driven and angry to see me.
Well, I just want to be the greatest. To prove that I'm worthy of being benevolent protector of the bells.
If you seek worthiness from any exterior source, you will always seek and never be. Worthy you are because you are. It's innate and unconditional.
I made it all about me, didn't I?
When it became all about you, it all fell apart, didn't it? Instead of just ringing to ring, just be the best you can be because you love it.
Henrietta closes her eyes in realization. Mabel turns Henrietta to look at herself in the mirror.
Nobody is self-made. Stars are born in clusters.
One bell does not acquire make.
Now, do you see that everything happens for you, Henrietta?
Thank you, Mabel. Everything happened for me so that I could have this experience. Thank you for this learning opportunity. I will not take for granted my love for the bells or the privilege of leadership and the responsibility that comes with it.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins when everybody wins. Keep the symposium alive. Keep the Southern Bells alive. Let's do this!
Henrietta and Mabel exchange an uplifting hug. Interior Woodcox kitchen table. Henrietta sits at the dinner table with her parents. They notice that the razzle-dazzle seems to have come back to their daughter.
Let's take a moment to send gratitude to everybody who helped put this meal on our table. The land for growing the food, the people who cultivated the land, the truck drivers who brought it to the store, the handsome guy who runs the store.
Now, let's send a prayer to everybody out in that storm, whose lives have been thrown off course by Mother Nature's fury.
Why don't we all say something we're grateful for? Mom already went. Dad?
Well, I'm grateful for the beautiful women I get to call my wife and my daughter. And I'm grateful for Groceryville and the protection of this town from the storm.
I'm grateful for this opportunity to maybe save the International Handbell Symposium.
What?
I thought you were done with that.
This isn't about me. This is about the art form that is the handbells. Nashville might be shut down, but not us. If everyone pitches in, we can relocate the symposium here, but I can't do it alone. We'll have to do it as a family, and we'll need the whole town's help.
We're in!
Henrietta stands and they jump in joy. A shot of them with their hands held above their heads. They move in a circle, a little nod to Busby Berkeley. Henrietta turns to a phone that is live streaming.
Do you hear that, people? They're in. I was live streaming, building our audience. Oh,
Interior Auto's Honest Auto Repair. Henrietta, wearing a trench coat, enters the auto shop. She doesn't see anyone in the shop.
hello.
Suddenly, Otto slides out from under her car.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for Blake.
Blake, he's gone home for the day. How can I help you?
Well, I'm here on official Bell business. I need to get our group back together.
Why don't we step into my office? Henry,
Interior Office, Auto Shop. Henrietta and Otto look at each other a little awkwardly. Henrietta looks around.
Henry, I'm way better with my hands than I am with words.
Okay.
I don't hate you, Henrietta.
Thank you.
What I'm trying to say is that I respect you. You got a lot of passion, and I can see that you're trying to build something. I'm not sure what, but I just don't want to see my son get hurt again.
He pulls out a threefold picture frame and holds it close, not yet revealing what's inside.
The thing about cars and motorcycles is that it's tangible. It makes sense. If it isn't working, I can fix it. I worked on cars with my dad and working on these machines with my son. That's my, what do you kids call it? My happy place.
Otto passes her the threefold picture. In the middle, an old headshot of young Blake. On one side, a picture of Blake and Barney, the iconic purple dinosaur. And on the other side, a picture of Blake and the Barney's Kids game.
I didn't know Blake was a Barney's kid.
It was the best 2 weeks of Blake's life, and then just the worst.
That bad?
Nothing made Blake happier than being in the BKG, Barney Kid Gang. But he was fired 2 weeks into the gig because he had a growth spurt after his audition. He grew 3 inches in 1 month. They said he looked too old and he was having a hard time learning the dances with his body changing so rapidly. It crushed his soul. We moved here to put all that behind us.
Is that the reason why Blake won't sing or dance?
It's too painful. He's never been quite the same since.
That's it.
He does love those bells, Henry. I guess he figures it ain't singing or dancing, so he said.
Thank you so much. Blake has greatness inside him. We're gonna heal that BKG trauma.
Interior, exterior Blake's house, late night. Someone's ringing the bell incessantly.
Coming. Who could this be at this hour?
Blake looks through the people and sees Henrietta in her trench coat.
Not again.
Before he can say anything, Henrietta throws her arms around him and gives him a big, tight hug.
Women need to stop throwing themselves at me.
What?
Nothing.
Can I come in?
She walks herself in and begins to remove her coat. Blake is about to cover his eyes when he realizes she's fully clothed.
Blake, we can't let our past dictate our future. I talked to your dad. I know everything. BKG?
Oh, jeez. This is so embarrassing.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about. I moved here to try to run from my failure too. Like, I was a member of the Bell Towers.
Huh?
It was the most amazing 2 weeks of my life. And then just the worst.
Begin flashback. Interior dressing room, auditorium, circa 1997. The scene dissolves to see 4 girls getting ready in a dressing room as Henrietta begins to tell her story. Cindy, Sandy, Mandy, and Mindy, the original Bell Towers, are preparing for a photo shoot with the newest member of their group. They are wearing 90s clothing, all have permed hair, and are primping in teenage girl fashion.
Why do we have to have a 5th member anyway?
Look, Cindy, this is what they say. This is what they say is best for the crew. Look, this is happening, so let's make her feel welcome.
She's a bell tower. She auditioned and signed a contract. I'm excited to have another bell tower sister.
Besides, this isn't about us. This is about gaining exposure for the art of the handbell. We're just blessed to be the ones to do it.
Pamela Perkins, the visionary director of the Bell Towers, enters the room. Henrietta and Pamela both happen to be wearing Mabel Mockingbird shirts. Pamela wears a skirt and blazer with heels. The two of them have an obvious bond.
Ladies, this is our newest member, Henrietta Woodcox. She is a special young lady. Thousands of talented girls auditioned to be the 5th member of this special group, and she is the one here today. Please welcome her to the sisterhood. Oh, Henrietta, we are a family. If you need anything, you let us know. Now, ladies, the photo shoot is in 15 minutes. Oh, this is so exciting. We are taking bell choirs to a whole new level. I'll see you up there.
Pamela leaves. The girls all introduce themselves to Henrietta, except Cindy, who hangs back in judgment and angst. Interior studio day. In a glamour shot-like setup, the girls are taking publicity photos together as a group. A series of photos. And a series of photos with a set of hands holding one of the pictures. Interior Henrietta's room, night. The same group photo, now signed, hangs over Henrietta's bed. Henrietta lies in bed. It's the night before her first performance with the Bell Towers. Henrietta's mom opens her door.
Too excited to sleep?
My first performance as a bell tower. I can't even believe it.
You worked hard for this, Henrietta. I'm so proud of you. Now try to relax and enjoy it. Go to sleep and remember to have fun tomorrow.
But what if people say that the bell towers were better with the original 4?
What if you, my talented daughter, are the best thing that ever happened to them? What if this is the best show they've ever had? Why not? What if the best possible? Wait. Why not? What if the best possibilities? Remember, this is fun. Now close your eyes. Get some rest. To be your best. Oh, love you.
Good night. Interior green room before the Bell Tower show day. The Bell Towers, all in matching outfits, put in different colors, all are prepping for their show. Everybody has a flower in front of them. Pamela walks in.
Okay, ladies, you are on in 5. Let's head backstage. This is it.
Break a leg, Cindy, Mindy, Sandy, and Mandy. This is a dream come true for me. I'm so excited. Thank you for being so welcoming.
Cindy stands to the side with her arms crossed.
Okay, ladies, gloves in.
They all put their hands in a circle. Henrietta is standing next to Cindy. Cindy makes eye contact with Henrietta and rolls her eyes.
Ring,
Ding dong, the bell towers ring the sweetest song. Ring it!
We really don't need a bit.
Henrietta is trying to keep her cool, but she is totally thrown off. Interior auditorium, minutes later. The bell towers stand behind their bells ready to play. They all take a step back to do their bell tower dance intro. Close up on Henrietta's face, trying to hide her panic. POV, the audience is looking dizzy and wobbly. Back to Henrietta. Time slows. She takes a deep breath. In slow motion, her eyes close as she faints, falling forward onto the table with all the bells. The bells come crashing down. End flashback.
I never even got to perform with them. It was all I ever wanted, and then I let one little thing throw me off, and I ruined it. I ruined it for everybody. The bell towers broke up, and the bells are still an underground art form.
Exterior, interior, Peggy's house. Henrietta and Blake knock on Peggy's door. Peggy opens the door half awake. She is in granny pajamas. She sees Blake and lights up.
You changed your mind.
She then sees Henrietta in a trench coat.
No, you didn't.
No, she didn't.
Okay, good. I'm kind of flattered, though, that you copied my look.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I prefer you don't tell me, but we are here because
We need you.
You do?
there's a weird vibe going on here. But yes, we need you.
Wait, is this some like kinky menage a trois situation?
Okay, this is getting super uncomfortable. We need to get the Southern Bells back together.
But I thought that.
Yes, we might not get to perform on stage, but there are busloads of handbell artists stranded in Tennessee. They need our help. And I have a plan.
I don't know, Henry.
We need you.
Montage. Eye of the Tiger, played by a handbell choir. Henrietta stands at her front lawn in the dark, wearing workout gear, complete with sweatbands around her head and wrists. She does a massive, passionate air rim and takes off running. Blake joins her as she runs in front of his house. Peggy joins them as they run past her house. The three of them do jumping jacks, sit on and push-ups. They cheers celery juice and down them. The three of them meditate. The three of them do Tai Chi. The three of them emerge out of ice barrels. The three of them are in their rehearsal space. Henrietta sits down a document titled Plan in front of them. Henrietta's parents step in. Blake hands Dale his part of the plan, and Peggy hands Abigail her set of plans. Interior Town Hall night. The townspeople are gathered for the bi-monthly town hall meeting. We see Kyle and his family, Otto, and Ms. Wiener. The mayor hands a microphone to Ms. Wiener, who stands at a podium in front of the group.
Before we move on to the voting portion of our meeting, I want to thank everybody who signed up to volunteer for the annual Casserole Bake-Off competition. It's the 25th anniversary this year, and we have some exciting surprises for you. Now, we have voted on fixing the sign or starting a new sign every meeting for the past 6 months. As your mayor, I want to say that I know this is a tough decision.
Fix the dang sign!
Oh, forget a new sign.
Townspeople break out into a passionately opinionated uproar.
This is BS. You gotta do something about this. I can't.
I don't under.
People, dear people of Cityville. Mayor, I know we didn't submit a request to speak, but special times call for special accommodations.
Oh, yes, Daniel. Tropical storm Consuela has wreaked havoc around many other parts of Tennessee, and yet our precious town is untouched.
And there is a once-in-a-lifetime event that has been canceled due to the damage from the storm, and I say we saved it.
The International Handbell Symposium.
The Woodcox feed our families. They are always here for us. Don't be so quick to poo-poo them. Just because you don't understand it.
Handbell groups from around the world participating in this event, celebrating world peace through music. Don't you see? This isn't about handbells. This is about people.
And world peace.
This is an opportunity for us to do something together as a community, for a bigger community. If we can open our minds and open our hearts and open our homes, we can not only save the International Handbell Symposium, we can have fun doing it.
The theme for the symposium this year is out of many, one. What do y'all say?
The crowd starts to shift.
We're a good community with an opportunity to do something great.
As your mayor, I say we can have a welcoming ceremony in the football stadium and can use the auditorium for a venue. And I believe your principal says that we can use the school buses to shuttle them in.
All right. Everybody offering housing, talk to my mom. Dad, you'll be logistics and travel. Blake and Peggy, let's meet back in the den to discuss details. We've got an International Handbell Symposium to save.
Exterior Groceryville parking lot. Later, Henrietta looks at her phone. The director of the International Handbell Symposium, AJ Glass, is FaceTiming her. She answers.
Hi, Henrietta. Thank you so much for your generous offer.
Thank you for calling. We're so excited to host everything.
Henrietta holds the phone out so we see Blake, Peggy, Henrietta's parents, Otto, and many more town folks squeezed in front of the camera, holding a sign that says, "We want to help."
I wasn't sure, Henrietta, but I think we need this. Thank you. I'll call you back and we can work out the logistics.
Exterior grocery bill store parking lot. A stream of school buses enter the parking lot. A bus with a sign that says "The Taco Bell" stops, and a choir dressed in mariachi clothes exits. A bus with a sign that says "Hell's Bell" stops, and an angsty choir dressed in all black exits. A bus with a sign that says "The Soulful Ringer" stops, and a choir dressed like K-pop stars exits. A bus with a sign that says "Saved by the Bell" stops, and a choir dressed with shirts with large crosses on them exits. A bus with a sign that says "Chippin' Bell" stops, and a choir of humans in Chippendale outfits exit. Henrietta, Blake, Peggy, and the town folks greet their guests. The Japanese guests and the town folks engage in never-ending bowing exchanges. Blake and his auto shop buddies help carry luggage. We see Steely Dan and Leslie, another buff auto repair dude.
Yo, Henry. Who's that bitch? I mean, that's our bitch. I mean, I love that bitch.
The foreigners watch them confused.
It's a Southern hospitality.
The guests followed different town folks to their cars. One of the soulful ringers, who happens to be extremely attractive, turns to their host.
You are my bitch. Thank you.
The host is caught off guard and smiles awkwardly. The hot, soulful ringer catches Peggy's eyes. Her jaw drops. She recovers and quickly goes to introduce herself. Exterior football stadium. Henrietta and her parents set up the reception with items from their store. Betty and Ms. Wiener are there to help. Ms. Wiener struggles to carry a stack of paper cups to the table. Old Betty Rivers sets down water bottles. She counts them out as she puts each bottle down.
97, 98, 99.
Interior auditorium. Blake Stad and some other town folks modify the stage to accommodate handbell choirs. Exterior street, Henrietta's neighborhood. Cars carrying handbell artists are pulling up onto driveways. Some residents are helping their guests with luggage. Interior auditorium. Otto looks at the completed stage with pride. Exterior, Ms. Wiener's driveway. We see Henrietta pull up and park her car. She sits behind the wheel, takes a deep breath, and lets it out. Interior, exterior, Ms. Wiener's front door. Ms. Wiener opens the door and invites Henrietta in.
Thank you so much for taking such great care of our special guests.
It's been my pleasure, really.
Interior, Ms. Wiener's kitchen. AJ Glass, the symposium director, sits at the kitchen table drinking coffee and looking very content.
Henrietta, thank you so much for reaching out.
Well, it takes a village, really. Thank you for taking a chance on our small town.
It may be a small town, but it has a big heart.
People are settled in and feeling comfortable. They may not be staying at a fancy hotel, but as a community, we wanted to give everybody a first-class experience.
We haven't had this much excitement since I can't remember when.
Selma was telling me that you were a member of the Bell Towers.
It was a very long time ago and very brief.
You still play, from what I understand, with a couple of your peers.
Yeah, the Southern Bells. We're a trio. I really came to check in on you and see if there was anything else I could get for you or anything else you might anticipate needing for the show.
The stage is set, the MC is ready, all the group seems settled and are self-managed.
Great. I can't wait for this town to experience firsthand how amazing these groups are.
And I'm making large batches of my hot dog casserole to make sure nobody goes hungry.
You're too kind.
You really don't have to.
Well, Henrietta, if your group is up to it, we'd love for you to perform.
Are you saying that because you feel sorry for us? A pity performance?
Not at all, Henrietta. You earned this. If you play the bells like you do everything else, you use your whole heart, to me, you embody the spirit of world peace. And that's what we need at the International Handbell Symposium. In the spirit of world peace, please accept this invitation.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot wait to tell Peggy and Blake.
She rings the air bells with her right hand, her left hand, and then both hands. She prances off to tell Blake and Peggy the exciting news. Interior auditorium lobby. It is the night of the closing performance of the symposium. The ringers and town folks fill up the auditorium. Chatter in all languages is heard as everyone looks for their seat in choir groups. The town folks are all excited to see each other dressed in their Sunday best. Henrietta stands with her bandmates. She wears her silk bomber jacket, now with the words, "The Southern Bells" embroidered on it. Henrietta spots Ms. Wiener.
Oh my, you look lovely tonight, Miss Weiner.
Oh, so do you. Are you ready, my dear?
As ready as ever.
Henrietta turns her attention back to her excited bandmates.
I have a surprise for you.
As if on cue, Abigail retrieves 2 more the Southern Belle silk bomber jackets from a large shopping bag. The bag reads, "Embroidery Queen, Cityville's best."
Just a little something for good luck.
Peggy and Blake take their jackets, clearly touched by the gesture.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilcox.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilcox.
You're welcome. Thank you, Henry.
They all hug. Interior auditorium. Later, the audience is seated. The house lights dim. A massive handbell choir occupies the entire stage, ready to ring. The MC takes the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here to kick off the 20th International Handbell Symposium final concert. Las Campañas de Taco from Mexico, the Taco Bells!
Las Campanas de Taco go right into a titillating handbell rendition of Despacito. Interior green room auditorium. The sound of the group performing on stage leads through the wall. Some are in a circle with their choir group to mentally get in sync with each other. Some are airbelling their songs. Interior auditorium. Another choir group is in the middle of their performance. The audience listens intently. Betty dances in her seat to the music. Interior auditorium. Yet another choir group is on stage. They play the bells very rhythmically and are doing a call and response with the audience. They call with the bells and the audience respond with clapping and foot stomping. Dale, Abigail, Otto, Steely Dan, and Leslie are all participating enthusiastically. Interior auditorium. The soulful ringers are now performing on stage. Interior backstage. Henrietta, Peggy, and Blake wait anxiously in the wings. Henrietta leads them through her signature wrist exercise routine. Interior auditorium. The soulful ringers complete their song. The audience applauds. The MC takes the mic.
And that was the soul-filled Soulful Ringers. And now we have a special surprise for you.
Interior backstage. Henrietta, Peggy, and Blake take a deep breath. They put out their hands to feel each other's vibrations. Interior auditorium.
Now, Cityville's very own handbell group,
Henrietta and the Southern Bells.
The Southern Bells play "Don't Stop Believin'." They begin softly and tentatively, but lose themselves more and more in the music. The audience is mesmerized. Dale and Abigail look on proudly. Otto bursts into happy sobs. The Southern Bells are completely immersed in their song. They play with more soul and heart than they ever have played before. The audience applauds. Many give a standing ovation. The Southern Bells bow. Interior backstage. The backstage is bursting with energy and excitement as people are starting to clear out and head to the after party. The Southern Bells take a moment to huddle together.
That was amazeballs!
More like amaze bells. Henrietta, look at this. I hope you're proud.
We did this together. I'm proud of us. One bell does not require me.
What are we waiting for? Let's celebrate!
Peggy makes eye contact with the hot, soulful ringer.
We have a party to go to.
Y'all go ahead. I'm right behind you.
Interior bathroom. Moments later, Henrietta looks in the mirror with a sense of pride and satisfaction. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. She hears a toilet flush and opens her eyes. A stall door opens, revealing Mabel decked out in resort chic attire with a roller suitcase.
Mabel.
Congratulations, Henrietta. The Southern Bells got to play at the International Handbell Symposium after all.
You were here? You saw us?
Of course I saw the performance. I've been here all along.
Well, I haven't seen you since.
I'm a part of you, Henrietta, and everything you ever needed was inside of you the whole time.
Everything really is happening for me and not to me, isn't it?
Exactly.
So does this mean you're leaving me?
I'll always be with you. It's just time for a new adventure. That's all. Henrietta, this isn't the end. It's just the beginning.
What do you mean this is just the beginning?
You'll see, Henrietta. Don't be so focused on the destination that you forget to enjoy the journey. And remember, journeys are more fun with company. Have fun and be open to love in all its forms.
Have fun, got it.
Don't be so focused on the bell that you miss out on the choir. Wish me luck, Henrietta. Not that I need it.
But where are you going?
Well, I always wanted to go to Palm Springs, so.
Good luck, Mabel. Palm Springs is lucky to have you.
Oh. Take good care.
Mabel disappears with her suitcase. Peggy opens the door.
There you are. Let's go party.
Exterior auditorium. AJ Glass runs up to Henrietta and Peggy.
Henrietta, thank you for this.
It wasn't me, really. It was the whole town.
The International Handbell Society is looking for an ambassador. It's a paid position. I think you'd be perfect.
Wow. Paid handbell ambassador? I can't even, I can. Yes. Thank you.
And the credits roll. Interior office with Handbell Decor Day. Henrietta is motivating her handbell artists and enthusiasts from around the world on an Instagram Live. She sees Cindy, Mindy, Mandy, and Sandy joining the session and leaving comments. We knew her way before she made it big. Yeah, we're besties. Henrietta just smiles and shakes her head. She's loving this too much to care.
It's so wonderful to see so many friends, artists, and enthusiasts on here.
Interior photography studio day. Peggy and the hot, soulful ringer pose for the photographer with their handbells in traditional Korean wedding costumes. Interior sub-studio rehearsal space. Blake is a founding member of the adult male singing and dancing group called Man Band. We see him singing and dancing with the other three members of the group. He is living his #best life. He freezes into his dumbbell profile pic and a finger swipes right. Exterior, Woodcox household front yard. Abigail and Dale stand in their yard. There is a yard sign that says Love and Handbells next to a metal plaque that reads Home of Henrietta Woodcox. Interior Groceryville Day. A big cutout of Miss Wiener in an apron guards the door. We pan to see her wearing the same apron at a demo station next to the cutout. And right by her side is AJ Glass, now her beau, in a matching apron. A crowd has gathered to try her Selma Wieners. And we see Kyle greeting customers. His name tag now says manager. Super on 1 year later, exterior town welcome sign day. The community is gathering for the reveal of their much anticipated new sign. Dale, Otto, and Steely Dan lift a heavy cover off the sign. It now says Cityville. We dare to dream in big letters. In smaller letters, hometown of Henrietta Woodcox. Exterior, some beautiful retreat-looking space. Henrietta, wearing all white, rings a handbell. As somebody else also wearing all white plays crystal sound bowls for a large group of people who are lying on their backs, soaking it all in.
Conan O'Brien once said, nobody in life gets exactly what they thought they were going to get. But if you work really hard and you're kind, amazing things will happen. As proof, let's make an amazing thing happen right now.
Super. The above Conan O'Brien quote. The sound of a gong is heard. The end.
tea and some sweet tea if you want to hang out, or if you take off, that's understandable. If you have any feedback or comments, I'm also open to that. And just thank you so much. And thank you to these fantastic actors. And thank you to DuPont for filming.
If you need to use the restroom, it's through the stage in the back, or you can run across the street to the library.
Thank you.
Oh, you made it!
How special. Thanks. What's it called? So good. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, Internet. I was live